Hello. So today I decided to make a video about the different parts of the men. Um, Before I go on, I just want to tell you the two sets I have here. Um, this one here is a tezashi set, and there's a not a set, tezashi men and a machine stitched men. Both are not from Seion. I repeat, it's not Seion products, but I'm just using it as a reference. They're both mine. Yes, I run a Bodogu company, but I don't have the greatest Bogu yet. I ordered one, waiting on it, and when that arrives, I'll do a thorough review on that too for you. Now, after posting um, my little graphics about all the different parts of the men, I thought a video could help for those buying Bogu for the first time, or those of you that are looking to buy a replacement or a second part. Okay, so to go on, I'm gonna bring this guy up front. This is a 1.2 Bu Tezashi Men I got a while back as a gift, and it's not bad, but again, it's not Seion. Took me a little while to shape it and break it in to be comfortable, but it's okay now. Okay, so the metal part here, okay, is called a mengane. Okay, this is it comes in titanium. There's a lot of different materials for it, IBB, but just know that this part here is called a mengane. The part around the side that holds or attaches the mengane to the whole men is called the menbuchi. Okay, these are, I believe, cow leather shaped up and then lacquered. So you can get black or red, and Seion products if you go decide to get the A course, which is a very customized, specialized service. You can opt in for wine red as well. Okay, and also these stitch holes that go around the edges usually is 60 holes, but the Seion A course will have the 73, which makes the stitchings around the edge more tighter, and it's not functionally more advanced, but it just makes it look so much better. Okay, the wing here is called the mendare. Okay, this is what comes down all to the side and protects your shoulder. And the trend these days is the shorter mendare. This particular one is just a standard 22 centimeter. It's a little long, but I personally prefer something a little longer. Okay, this where you get hit by where you get suki. This part here is called ago. Okay, and if you see these threads that go here as decoration, can you see it better? That there's options to switch out the colors of these threads called the kazari ito, and this middle part is called the shoko. Okay, here you can opt in to have different designs, sometimes an X, sometimes hexagons, or there's a couple of options available. Okay, now the general part here that goes around the whole men construct is, well, that's the futon. Okay, so if you look at the graphics, you can choose a design theme, and so that it's got a little bit of pattern to make it look a little bit more prettier. Okay, now the tojikawa, this part that holds the ago to the men foot or men dare, generally is like a very tough leather material, sometimes plastic. On the higher ends, you want to make sure these are, you know, you're paying a lot for it, so these are also good materials in general. Okay, I'm sorry, I should never be holding a man by the chin like this. It could bend off, okay? Man, you always want to hold it by the mengane. Leave it like that, so or like that. Don't leave it. Don't slam it down on, especially if it's someone else's man. Don't do that, okay? This here that holds the himo, the string, the rope string, the himo, this chichikawa. You can get just vinyl leather, synthetic leather. There's orizashi these days, but that's what it looks like. And these usually attach from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and when you attach this, I've seen instances. It's not a big deal, I guess, but usually you see where the thread seam that goes on the outside. Okay, so what wraps around the mangan in here should be where the fold is. Okay, don't do it where the threads are going inside. Okay, now another one. So the forehead and the chin pad inside you see there is called the tenchi. But that's about it. Okay, and the leather trim that goes around the edges, not just for men, for kote and tare, these are called heri. Okay, again you see the kazarito that flows through as a design. Again, those are not really functional, it's just decoration. Okay, that's you can switch out the colors and make your men look a little flashier. Okay, now when we flip it over, I know I told you not to leave it like that. Let me untie the himo so you can see the inside. Okay, so if you look at this part, again, where your forehead rests and your chin rests, that's called the tenchi, and the padding that goes around, this is what really makes the man comfortable if it fits perfectly on your face. Okay, that's called the uchiwa. And like how it fits snugly onto your face shape. And when you get a say an A course, they will really put attention to this part to make sure that the men fits very comfortably in your face. Okay, and then we have this part here. So the label felt is nothing biologically yucky. Okay, I had a label here. I pulled it off, but it had glue. Again, it's not biohazard. Okay, this here is called the yojindare. This really just sits behind the ago and gives it extra support and extra protection. All right. So let me put this down, and the man's getting really messier. Okay. Now, I told you this is a tezashi, hand stitched, and the unit measure of the tezashi men is called bu. And in the market, you'll get the 1.1 bu, 1.2 bu, 1.5 bu, 2, and there's a lot of options around. The stitch pattern is usually, when you look at it, it's very how should I say it's got like, it's very distinct, it's very different from a machine set. Let me compare it to my chippy here. It's just so much more delicately done. Okay. Now when we go on to the stitch patterns, so like the hand stitch, let me show you on this part. I think it's more distinct. You see these square blocky stitch patterns, and one square traditionally it's about 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters. Okay, that's what Boo. Our Boo converts to 3.03 millimeters to be exact, I believe. Okay, and so that's it. That's that. And when you look at the machine stitched set, I want to show you something. This is called, if you look at it, let me take this heady off. Not heady, come on. Sorry. Okay. I hope the video can. This is a really cheap man because the quality, even on the video, doesn't look really good. The stitch lines that run straight we called gunomesashi, okay? But usually nowadays the mendare part, they go in a diagonal called nanamesashi, and it gives it a nice look. And let's say you get an 8 mil, 6 mil, 10 mil bogu men. The shoulders, for more durability and shaping purposes, they'll put narrower stitches on them. Okay, but again, that depends on the manufacturer and the design options you choose. Now you will hear a lot about stitch numbers when you in a bogu market. A 2 millimeter set, 3 millimeter set, 4 millimeter set. Okay, if it's a machine stitch set with all those criteria, the stitch width is what they're referring to. Okay, so where the stitch lines run parallel, the gap in between, that is the millimeter they're referring to. If you hear someone talk about a pitch is the actual thread width, okay, not the thread row width. Okay, when you get a bogu and you hear sashihaba, that is the width. That is the most common number they will use to describe a bogu set to you. Okay, sashime, or the pitch, is what runs, the width that runs horizontally. All right, the actual stitches that go in and out, that's the millimeter they're talking about. Now, if you look at the theme options I have on my postings, that is what this refers to, all the actual designs that go around the men. Okay, and again, design purposes only, no function. Like this set is more of a straight edge, and it's got a slight design on top here. Okay, so those are the differences, and you know, you can really customize these pretty much, well, given within the options we give, make it look really personalized and make it look pretty. Now, stitch width. Quick thing about stitch width: the lower the stitch width, it means the futon itself have more stitching, which means the inside, the absorbing materials, more compressed, and it makes it a little bit more stiffer because there are more stitches, but it will shape beautifully. However, you are going to sacrifice on protection. Not always the case, but it's general rule of thumb. Because it's more compressed, it's going to be thinner. But if you go over 8 mil, 10 mil, it's more flexible, it's more puffy, cushiony to offer more protection, but then you won't look pretty. Okay, we do recommend for our customers, stay in the 6 mil zone to look good and to have good protection in general. All right, so I am going to post a whole lot more literature on our website so our customers can have complete information on a single page rather than having to jump back and forth to a lot of different sources online to study your bogu before you purchase. Okay, I will return with some overview for kote, do, and tare at separate videos, and then also when my really nice Seian men comes, I will do a more thorough overview of it so that you have a good idea when you're jumping into a purchase of Pogu. All right. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy Keiko, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye. Well, I won't see you. You'll hear me. Bye.